Are you ready? Oh. Okay. I'm nearly there. Nearly? Why? I don't know. My character is moving a bit weird, but... One, two, three. Let's go. Hello, people. Why there is always this saying that is never yes. Yes. But it seems to lose the positioning. The positioning of my face, the webcam seems to lose the position somehow. I forgot the body movement. Wait. I forgot the body movement. As usual. There are so many settings in this thing. Okay. And unfortunately it doesn't save stuff. I mean, it saves stuff only sometimes. Should be fine. Should be fine. Hello, people. Good evening, everyone. You want to see this nice screenshot? This nice screenshot. What we're gonna do tonight? Oh, finally is the time. The time has come to work on pets and familiars. You always wanted to, eh? I know, you always wanted to do it, but it was always, lower priority because we had a lot of other important stuff to do, and there were bugs and other bugs. And so it was very hard to actually get to the pets, which are kind of an accessory if you want, but, yeah, it's something that is working in the old game. Maybe not perfectly, but it's working. Well, guys, why we only have one comment on this post, okay? So I created 078 with a lot of love and with a lot of sleepless nights. And on the forums, I have one comment. One is better than 0, but come on, you can do better than that. You can. Okay. So we're going to work on pets. Is my head too low? Maybe it's a bit too low. It's looking down a lot. Yeah, it's looking down too much. Let me reset it 1 second. Let me reset it because I think I did a very low calibration. How do I do it? Like this, and then a bit like that. Calibrate. Calibrate. Hello. Yeah, I think it's better, right? I don't know. Is it better? I'm looking more straight now, huh? Yes, I think it's better. I was looking down too much. Okay, so what is the plan? The plan is to start to create a mission, because we need actually a mission to... without a mission, we don't move without missions, We are role-playing people, so we want the XP. We absolutely want the XP out of this. So I'm not gonna do anything without XP, right? So if I don't get some benefits, I mean, no way. So we will save this as Unreal Mission Pets or Familiars. No, let's call it Pets, I think is better. Pets. Unreal Mission Pets. So what do we need to do? We need to understand how it works, right? Because again, I'm not a player, and so sometimes I forget how things work, and I need to, oops, sorry, I'm moving on the chair. I just crossed my leg like the yoga lotus position nearly. And so when I do that, my character goes up a bit like that. Understand how it works. Now, understand how it works, I think is a bit too generic, but I think I kind of know. Let's say review how it works, right? So basically the way it works is the following. You get from Levrus, which is one of our characters, is a wizard in the magic shop. You get a quest, right? You get a quest, and that quest is giving you two things. Actually, you know only about one, but it's giving you two things. The first one is giving you an item, okay? So item provided by NPC, we can say Levrus, I think it's not too much of a big of a spoiler. Item provided by Levrus, which is a ring of familiar, right? I don't know, whenever I say familiar, I always think to the character in Valorant that is saying something like por mia familia, something like that. Ring of familiar. And then now this item actually has a script on it, because this item allows you actually to manage your familiar. So it's like a magical item that allows you to summon. So allows you to summon your familiar. And this ring of familiar is actually working through a script, right? It's actually working through a script which is simply something like that, right? So there is a progression event which is wait. There is a progression event, right? Which is running the script, right? So let's say that we can paste that here. No, I want it clean, please. Let's take it clean. So it's running a script, right? No. This is the second piece. That's not correct. That's not correct. This one has an equip script. But then there is a second piece which is down there. The equip script of this guy. The equip script of that guy is, if I go name like ring, right? Is this one. So it's basically creating a familiar link and is allowing you to summon a familiar. So it's doing this, right? Which again, let me just copy paste it so I can get it clean. So the equip script is this one, right? So basically what happens is that whenever you equip this thing or whenever you remove it, is changing the ability to summon familiar to this other script, which is called can summon familiar, right? Summon familiar. So this one is the center of everything. And then the second thing that happens is that in the same quest, we run a progression script which is called create familiar, right? And the progression script create familiar is actually doing this. He has an operation. Oh my god. He has an operation, which is this one. Okay. So this is what is happening. By the way, hello guys. Hello Tony. Hello Zway. Hey. Hello Marcellum. Hello people around the world. And so this is how it works. Right now, so the item is allowing you to summon it, but actually the quest progression script is the one that is creating your familiar, which is actually created once and forever, right? And now, what is exactly this script doing? Well, this script is getting interpreted by a million things, and then do you see the guys on screen? Oh no, you don't see them because I'm still in the other setup. Let me go here. Boom! I became smaller. Immediately smaller. No. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. I don't know. Sometimes this ad is doing what he wants. Okay, something like that. It's good enough. You see me? Oh, my neck is so flexible now. It's insane. Look at this. Look at how flexible is my head. Look, I can do this and this and this and this and this. Well, down not too much. If I go down too much, it get disconnected. But I can do this. So good. You should do it as well. Do it with me. Do it with me. Good exercises. Yeah, it doesn't pick up too much the bottom, so the bottom I actually have to do this. My neck just said clock. My neck went like clock. Okay, so this thing is doing nothing else than calling a piece of code, which is this one. Entity manager, create familiar, right? This calls entity manager create familiar. Very nice. And this one is actually creating the familiar. Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to. Then let's say that all commands are managed through NPC manager, right? NPC manager, whatever, handle pet command or something like that. I don't remember, but anyways, NPC manager handle command pet. Okay, handle command pet, right? So this is how it works. So you see the first point, how it works. Done. Easy. Yeah, I came a bit prepared tonight. I came prepared, so that's why I know it. That's why I know it. So so review how it works. Done. Now the plan is to try to create a familiar in the dummy database. And the second one is and then the second is port all the commands. I would say starting from dismiss and summon, right? And going then to all the others. Dismiss, and then there are a lot. I've seen there are a lot. It's like walk, run, stay, follow. There are a lot of commands. Target, whatever. So and also they are divided by level. I don't understand exactly. Yes, we also need to review what is this level thingy. I think your familiar is gaining experience, right, together with you somehow. And so based on his level. But how do you see his level? Can you see his level in plane shift today? No idea. Okay, so the first thing we are gonna do this one. Try to create a familiar in our dummy test database. Maybe dummy is not nice. I should call it test, is more professional. Maybe test is more professional, huh? Okay. No one will notice the difference. Okay. So we create a familiar in the test database. Now, actually, before I was connecting with you here on the stream, I was trying to do it, but it did something very weird and it actually crashed. So I was kind of checking what is going on, right? I was checking what is going on because he actually crashed in Entity Manager. So we're gonna redo it. The only thing that I want to see is if by any chance I got this familiar created, because my sense was that the familiar has actually been created anyway. But it seems not. I don't see it. I don't see it in. Ah, yes, Melare Familiar. You see this being created. So we need to delete this guy, 164. I think we need to delete this guy, and we need to also remove the relationship, because I think if I remove him and only him, the character relationship will be not cleaned up. 164. The relationship is not being created. Okay. In theory, I think we should get a link here. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Hello, Ula. You cannot be on today? It's okay. Don't worry. We are only working on something that you don't like. We are working on something that is not of very interest to you, which is pets and familiars. So now you need to stay, eh? Now you need to stay. I know. But if you have to go, it's okay. Okay, Zway. Sorry, Zway, I just read your message now. I'm working on pets at the moment. I will check the stances as well, but yeah, maybe we can do that as well. You're right. I forgot that we had to work on that. Okay, so let's do it again. We will start the server in debug mode this time. And from debug mode, we will try to walk our way through the creation of a new pet. By the way, I think that the pet is random, right? How does it work? I don't know. I don't know if it's generating the pet randomly. Familiar ID. I think it's based on. I mean, it should be based on the character creation choices, because there is an animal affinity that I created like 30 million years ago, and that animal affinity was supposed to dictate. We have no explanations. But you see this calculate familiar affinity. I don't know if it's still used, but it was used at that time. Yeah. You see, animal affinity. One day on the options for Unreal for new character, I have to see the character possibility to smell sense. I think this can be perfect for an upgraded pet. Yeah, the pet can do a lot of stuff. We just need to program it, but the pets could do a lot. You could even have an empathy skill that when you enable it, you can see through the eyes of your pet and go around with him, right? I always wanted to do that, but never did it. Because they were always higher priority. It's always a fight of priority in this life. But we don't care. We just make our game. Fuck it. Okay, sorry. Yes, you see, we are calculating the animal affinity. So actually, I think this is how it works. So if no animal affinity was found, we just get a random number, right? Okay, kind of makes sense. I don't know what is recompiling. It's recompiling a lot. You are 100 in empathy. Wow, with 100 in empathy, you can basically speak with your pet and discuss about politics and the meaning of life with him. You know, we can improve pets. I like pets. I like a lot, but they never been a priority. I really want to see through the eyes of the pet, really. But anyway, so we are starting out, right? And we will try to create a new pet. And I want to see. So how do I know if my character has any animal affinity? That's a good question. Where is this thing coming from? Animal affinity. I think that this is part of the character creation, and I think that the character creation is putting in your character. I think it's putting in your character a script for that. Pet elapsed time. No. Animal affinity. There it is. Animal affinity. You see? Is this thing animal affinity? The problem is that I don't have any character which has anything for animal affinity. At least in the dummy database, but we may have it in the real database. We can try. We can try, boys. Characters. Let's say where animal affinity is different than null. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fuck, it's never been implemented. No, no, I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it, boys. It's never been put there by any means. So animal affinity is always empty for all our characters. No, see? There is some. Why my query is not working? Where animal affinity is not null. How does he want it? Is not empty. Fuck, is not empty. Is greater than 0. No. I mean, is not null kind of worked, but unfortunately is empty sometimes. Different I cannot type sometimes. Different than this. Okay, maybe like this it works. So now you want to know your animal affinity, right? Because in reality, none of you knows What is your animal affinity? None of you knows it. Because it's, I think so, right? It's not written anywhere. I think it's a secret attribute. So you are lucky that we can find out right now with an example. Okay, give me a name of your character. Give me a name of your character in game. And I can search your animal affinity right now. The first one that says a name of a character is the one that I will use. If you are not AFK already, boys, you go AFK too early, too quickly. We got two at the same time. Okay, we will check two. We will check two. Where name is equal to Hulla and where name is equal to Toraro. Okay. Hulla, you want to know your animal affinity? Your animal affinity, oh my god, it's so much. Your animal affinity is the following. You have an affinity of +2, so of 2, for creatures that have a life cycle connected to the darkness. So creatures that in general live in darkness. Like, for example, an owl. Owl, you know? I don't think I can pronounce it correctly. Owl. Gufo in Italian. Des, for example, right? So you have an affinity of 2 for creatures that live in darkness. Then you have an affinity of 2 for creatures that are mammal, right? Then you have an affinity of 6. That's a lot. An affinity of 6 for animals that are insects. So at the moment, the best is like an insect which is in the darkness. Why they always want to kill you when they see you? That's a good point. I don't know, maybe because they cannot read the database. They should, but... And you have an affinity of 3 on creatures that have a tail. So as you can see, the original system was reasoning on a very large number of pets, where basically then you could have very different creatures. But you know what? This is not pet affinity. It is animal affinity. So in theory, right, with empathy and with maybe some animal training skills, what we could do, we could reuse this, right? We could reuse this and make it available again, right? So let me put it in our how it works. So review how it works. Way before this. So during character creation, then we will go to yours, Toraro, don't worry. During character creation, based on the choices made, the player gets a secret animal affinity. I don't know if we want to keep it secret or not. Is it secret? I think it's secret, right? It doesn't tell you when you create your character. So this one is inside. I don't even know where is it, by the way, but I think it's inside. For example, there is a character create affinity. What is character create affinity? These are the types. Mammal, reptile, arachnid, insect. Why we have arachnid and insect? Okay, anyway. Daylight, darkness, mouth, claws, tail, magic, slashing, venom, acid. Okay, these are basically examples, but This is unfortunately what we have in database. I think we never changed it. So you get a type, you get a life cycle, and you get an attack tool. Now, how this is defined, I think it's defined inside the life choices. So for example, if you had an uncle who was a baker, okay, you go to this script, which is character creation 406, and this means that there is a progression script which maybe, yes, you see, is giving you some animal affinity. Okay, so let me just summarize it. So basically, during calculation, get the second animal affinity, which then gets stored into characters dot animal affinity table. I mean animal affinity, I think it's animal underscore affinity record, right? This affinity is then used here. This is called create familiar, which uses the animal affinity to generate the pet, to choose one animal pet, right? Okay, let me see Toraro which kind of affinity has. Boom. You also have an insect affinity of 6, and you have an affinity of 10. Holy moly, for reptile. So I guess you like dragons, but I'm sorry we don't have dragons in this game. No, but a reptile can also be a pterosaur, I think, no? Maybe. In darkness. So reptile and darkness. So you have something that must be reptile and darkness. Now, it doesn't mean that this is the pet that you want. It's just the pet that you are most that you go along better, right? It's the pet that you go along better. So yeah, I wanted to paste something. Yes, I wanted to paste this one because I think he also has a tool. Life cycle, type, and tool. So yes, we have these three. So let me take it just a, oops, mistakes were made. What did I close? No, I closed this one. Let me take a small screenshot. So we are gonna put it as an example because he has all three. Did you take a screenshot of your one? You could. Okay, so it is Hula without a piece. But basically what I want to highlight is that you get a life cycle, a type, and an attack tool. And yes, life cycle, type, and attack tool, right? Which are the three important thingies here. You still have a big map full of nothing to do? My friend, I know. It will be populated one day. One day. It's not true, it's full of nothing. It's full of beautiful grass and trees. So this is basically how it works today, right? Yeah. So based on this, okay, so I would like to have some of this in my character. So let's take these three things and let's put it in my Melare. Let's put it in my Melare character, right? Where is Melare? Melare is this guy, 154. So we're gonna put in his animal affinity these values, okay? so that these values will be loaded when he pops up, and this will be darkness, mammal tail. By the way, I don't think we have enough pets, so I don't know exactly how this algorithm is gonna work, because I don't know what is comparing it against. I have no idea, but we will see very soon. Because let's go with this. Let's go with this. So now this is running. So get master familiar, get animal affinity. Let me see how is doing the selection. Parse the string into an XML document. Okay, animal affinity construct, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, finding existing nodes. We have to see if this code is correct or not. But anyway, attribute name and value. Attribute name and value. Yes, I think that for each one, right, we have an attribute name and value. Okay, so it's just reading. The code is basically reading that text, and is loading it into a T-map, which is called character attributes, and is loading that stuff, and is basically storing. Okay, so this is storing the values that you have in your character creation just temporarily, right, in memory, so it keeps them in mind. And then what is doing for each entry in a familiar definitions. Familiar definitions. It's another table. No, we have a familiar types. We have some information here. There is the dummy database, or is the real database? No, there is the real database. Do we have anything in the? Why we only have two? Let me see if I have something else. Familiar types. Familiar types. Okay, these are the one in the dummy database, which are totally random, I guess. The Bungie, the Pirial, and the Bloom. And these are their which I don't know if they correspond to any where was that? The car create affinity. Yes. I hope it corresponds. Now, I don't know if it does, but in theory it should, okay? So in theory it should correspond to that. And let me just check. Thread piercing, osmosis. Wow. Osmosis, poison, touch, and acid. For example, osmosis is not here. If they don't match, is a bit of a problem, right? I think we can put in the dummy database, you know, the one that we have in production, because otherwise it becomes a bit of a mess. Since we have completely different creatures here, and I don't think it makes a lot of sense because we don't have those creatures. So I think we want this and this to be also in the dummy database, so we have something that is similar to test. because this is very weird. Even if it can be interesting, but so how do I do this? I do an advanced copy sequel, and then I do an insert in that thing. But I do it in plain shift, familiar types. Yes. So that now these two types are also in the dummy database. And I think I will really delete the other ones. I think it's a problem to keep them because they don't exist anyway. So they don't exist. It's interesting that we can also have magical affinity, vision, speed, and hearing. This is very nice because I think that now we could enable these things. It is very interesting. I think I will work on Pet for quite some time. Because it's a very fun one, right? Then the other thing we need to do, we need to be sure that in the character creation, so in this table, we need to ensure that this table is actually matching the one in production. So I will do the same. I will copy this, copy a sequel. Then we will go here and we will delete all this mess, which anyway is not, why I cannot delete? Why I cannot delete it, my friend? Ah, yes, I can. Okay, so we'll delete this. And because they were just random values, you know, created just for fun. But I think the dummy database should anyway be relevant. Okay. So I think that now we have okay, we have this also in the dummy database, which is nice. So we have the same categories and the same. Now the problem is that the character creation is not giving us this, but it's okay. I think the character creation, well, it would be good to have some of this in the character creation in the dummy database, but at the moment I don't want to go that far, okay, as rewriting, you know, these things. I will not. Okay, so I need to restart the server because it needs to read the new values. So it's reading the new thing. So let me just maybe document a bit of this. Affinity. I think we can say that we define the type of pets in familiar types, and the possible affinities in character creation affinity, right? Yes. In char create affinity. So we define the type of pets in familiar types and the possible affinity in character creation affinity. And then do the character creation based on choice made. The player gets a second affinity, which is stored. Perfect. Okay. So at least we know where it's coming from, right? Hello, Maui, by the way. I don't know if I greet you, but I saw you. Hello, Maui. Do you want to know your character affinity with pets? If you want to know, tell me the name of your character and I will tell you. I'm acting like a divination spell. So, okay. So now the server should be up. And if we try to log in with our character, right? Right. Client. I think this evening will be part 1 of many parts, but maybe I will do it in chunks, you know. So I like to switch topics a bit sometimes. So maybe I will do 2 or 3 sessions on pets, and then we can maybe do something else and then come back. But I think it would be nice if the next alpha has pets available. Actually, you know what? I think that I don't need to release a new alpha for the pets because the pets are mostly server side. So I think I can release it without updating the client. Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. Because they are at the end they are just NPC. Like an enemy, you know. Would be nice to see your pet. I showed it already on live. I mean the Affinity, I showed it. Tony, you didn't catch it? Sounds like a great plan. Good. Let's put a bit of music. Ah, you mean in game? Yes. It will happen. It will happen for sure. 100%. I don't know when, but it will happen. For sure it will. Wait, what I'm searching? Ah, yes, I was searching the music. Why is it taking so much to load? Okay. There is my pet. It is my pet. Do you think we should allow creatures to be pets or not? My personal view is no, but you may have a different view. Like a smaller version of this one. I think no, because creatures tend to be evil. I mean, not all of them, but they kind of tend to be. You say no as well? I think it would be weird to have a to have a trapper on the lash, you know, and bring it to shopping with you. I don't know. I think it will be weird. Okay, so now we are in the game. Do we have our Ring of Familiar? By the way, I think I need to destroy it because or I can get another one. Because I don't know if I have it. Probably not. Ring of Familiar, there it is. I drop it there because I should not have it. Well, it will give me another one actually, but yeah, some other non-monsters like an old. Yes, exactly. Or like a bird, like a black bird. Perfect for pirates, even if you don't have an ocean. But yeah, some birds maybe, or some small rodents or whatever. Yeah, we should. You remember the rodents pack? The problem is that they were super high resolution. But apart from that, those could be good pets. Okay, so what I was saying, yes, that I dropped this. Then we need to go to our merchant, because the merchant is, in this example, is the one that has the why we didn't move this freaking throne a bit to the back? This is the guy that can trigger the whole thing. If I click on can you give me a familiar, he's giving it to me automatically, right? Very handy. So as soon as I click here, we will enter into this thing. I don't remember exactly where, but anyway, we will see it, because I think I put a breakpoint there. And in any case, I will put another breakpoint here, right? So we'll analyze line by line what is going on, okay? So let's get a familiar. Can you give me familiar? Boom. Okay, create familiar. Now the client will obviously time out because we are debugging line by line, but it's okay. So get master familiar ID. So let me see what this thing is doing. Okay, it's declaring a bit of variables here and there. And okay, let's see first of all if we have a familiar type. Yes, we actually have it. So the server knows that we can select between two animals, the Groffel and the Yulbar. Okay, so he knows it. He knows it. Then is getting my character my animal affinity, like we learned recently, and in fact is getting a value which is darkness 2, mammal 2, and tail whatever, right? So it's getting the value. So it's checking if this value is not 0, and is not 0, so otherwise it would just randomly pick it. At this point he's trying to open up the file. Let me see if it works, because this code has never been executed on Unreal, huh? Never. So he's reading all the nodes. He skipped this. Why? I know why. We need to, okay, that's an easy fix. Because actually proper XML always have a father node, and in our case here we don't have it. So add father node to the XML, otherwise it's not gonna work. So we're gonna do animal affinity equal to animal plus our animal affinity plus, and this is only needed for this this is only needed for this parsing. Otherwise the Unreal Engine XML parsing library is not considering this XML valid, and actually it is correct. The problem is that I need to restart it now, because it was basically getting 0 animal affinity. 0. Now we should get it. Now we should get it right. What day is today? Wednesday, yeah? Okay. We need Depends how much this code is broken in Unreal. Will delay our, so the more is broken, the more will delay this task, but hopefully it's not too bad. Okay. Let's restart the client. Okay, server should be up so we can connect. So now, I don't know if I got the item again, probably, but we don't really care. Because this quest is repeatable, so I can repeat it as many times as I want, luckily. I should use a smaller map, probably. Because it's taking a lot of time just to load up the map. By the way, let me check if the server is up, but I think he's, I mean the test server, if he's up or not. I think it should be. It should be. Yeah, the server is up. Huh? If any of you wants to connect. Okay, so I go to this guy and I just say, give me a familiar, right? Give me a familiar. And this thing, so let's see if now is properly taking the affinity. So now we are constructing, yes. So now we should not fail anymore, in theory. Find existing nodes, 3. Okay, good. So now he's reading the 3 nodes. Now I need to see if he's reading the values, right? Attribute life cycle, name darkness, value 2. Okay, so he's reading the values correctly. And he's checking if the attributes and the name are not 0, right? So they should both be different than 0, which I guess they are. And so now we are loading find ref, attribute, character attribute, attribute list. I don't understand exactly what this is doing. Attribute list is a T-map. What? How can this assignment I think there is something fucked up here. I don't know, we can execute it, but I don't understand what it's doing. Yeah, in fact, the result is null. Character attributes. Character attributes is supposed to be... Character attributes is a T-map of a string, and then as a value, he has a T-map of string and sides, string and int. So, but I really don't get what this code is trying to do. I mean, I understand what he wants to do, but not why it does it this way. Character attributes. Ah, because it's going to add them. Wait. Because I think that you may have multiple ones of the same. No, but I don't think so. I don't think you may have multiple. I think is already. I don't know. I mean, we have the 3. We have attribute name, and maybe it's better if I look at the original code, because this one looks kind of weird. If the character attribute is null, so he tried to find in this list this attribute, and it doesn't find it, which I guess is okay because he never inserted it yet. So he understands that that is null, and so he's creating a new T-map, putting inside attribute list. Okay, I think it makes sense. And this T-map is getting added to my character attributes. Okay, I mean it's a bit convoluted, but let me say that it kind of makes sense. With a key life cycle. Okay. So it's basically grouping them by type. Yes, I think it's grouping them by type. It's grouping them by type. Now, in this case, we don't have 2 life cycles. We have... Yeah, we always have different, because I selected completely different values. So again, he will not find it. And again, he will add. And then a third time, again, he will not find it. And again, he will add. So I think it's okay, actually. The only problem is that I ended up only with 1 element. And I guess it's not what I wanted, right? Because I did the add 3 times. This I don't understand too much. Why I did the add 3 times and I only have 1 value? Ah, because I'm reassigning it here. Okay, this reassignment is not a good idea. This thing should be like this. No. Sorry, this thing should be like this. Which basically is if the attribute is not yet present in the T-map, then create a new one. But I don't understand exactly the other case. He's creating a new attribute list. No, but this thing is broken, boys. This thing is broken. It's not working the way it should. Let me go and check in the old code how it was, because there is something fundamentally broken there. Really broken. I mean, the logic is not that one. Okay, this is the old code. Let me see what he was doing, huh? He's doing well, the code is nearly identical though, but if character attribute list is null, it's identical. Wow, it's completely identical. Because the list is the subset. I don't know why, but given the name attribute list, I was thinking that this one was the container, but no, this one is the container. Character attribute is the container, because you see this one is the T-map of the T-map. So okay. So I think then it made sense somehow. Okay, reading it that way. The list is the single element. The attributes is the container. Okay. So he's searching in the container if he finds this attribute. Right. Right? because I was thinking the opposite, but no, this is the container. So he's searching the container if that exists. If that doesn't exist, he's creating a new element. I don't know why it's called list. It's super confusing. But anyway, he's creating a new element, and then he's adding that element to the global list. Okay, to the container, which is actually called character attributes. And in fact, character attributes has 3 values now. Okay. I think the best would be to rename this list to element, because it's super confusing. I mean, it's a million times confusing. But so yes, we have the right values. We have 3 values, 1 for life cycle, 1 for type, and 1 for attack tool inside character attributes. Now, unfortunately, since I edited the code, I think it's going to crash, or yeah, it's going to be annoying. But anyways, let me go on anyway, which is nice. Now we're cycling on the 3 nodes. And why skip this? Why didn't go inside of it? Well, I think it's fucked. Okay, let me recompile it with my changes. But I think it was doing the right thing anyway. It was doing the right thing. The only problem is that this one is the container. This one is the container. Then for each entry in familiar definitions, what it's doing. So yeah, I'm just putting some comments to understand it a bit better. Then for each entry is creating an iterator on familiar type list. Okay, and the familiar types, which we read above. So this one in theory should be available for each entry in familiar definitions. Why is it called familiar definition? I don't think it's familiar definitions, right? We didn't find a table with that name. We got a table named familiar types. So I think familiar types is what it's looking for, not familiar definitions. Okay, so for each entry in familiar types, what it's doing is getting, well, here is just putting everything to 0, and then it's calculating the affinity. Calculate affinity for all matching attribute categories. So it's getting the first familiar thing. Is checking if this attribute exists. If it's different than this, is getting the value, which hopefully is correct, and so on. We have type, life cycle, attack tool, also attack type. I don't think attack type is there. Attack tool and attack type. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. We do have attack tool and attack type. So actually there are 4 possible values that we have. So maybe it's better if we put also one in our data just to test them all. I think it would be nice if we could put also one, because we have life cycle, type, and attack tool, but we don't have attack type. So maybe we can add another one, which is attack type, and we put it value, I don't know, 4. And I just need to find the right category. Of attack type, like for example slashing. Okay, slashing is a valid one. Fuck, I lose myself in all these tables. Character, okay, yeah. Slashing, okay. Right? And we save it. Okay, good. So we will have 4 values. So we test all the possible cases. And okay, it's coming here, is arriving, is getting all the different values, and then it's coming to calculate familiar affinity. Okay, and this one is taking my character data. Okay, I think we should test it up to here, just to see that this cycle is fine. Otherwise, I'm going to do stuff that is not very relevant. Attack type, I have a spelling error. Attack type. Attack type. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Nice. So you are looking at what I'm doing. Nice. Good to know. Okay, so I'm drinking. But you know what will be cool? Because, I mean, this whole affinity thing is nice, but you know what will be better? What will be better? What will be better? What will be better is, look at this idea. Look at this revolutionary idea. So I'm thinking, but so let's say that there is a base. There is a base character, a base creature, which is like the Groffel or the Yulbar, okay? And I don't know exactly how you will choose between the two, but let's say that you choose between the two somehow. But then, if you have the affinity to darkness, your guy will be stronger during the night. If you have affinity to an attack which is made of poison, your guy will have a poison attack. If you have a tail affinity, your guy will have a stronger tail, or maybe will have a tail, you know. So I mean, we could in theory modify the pet based on those values, instead of choosing the pet based on those values. You understand what I mean? I'm thinking what is best, but I'm thinking very deeply. Or what is, because at the moment we are choosing the animal, and we don't have so many animals, right? We have a limited number of animals anyway. So before we have like 20 pets, you know, before we have 20 pets, I think it will take some time, maybe. Or maybe it can be a mix. Maybe it can be a mix, so that some you choose and some, I don't know. But I think it would be an interesting idea, because seeing this list, you know, like for example, category mammal, right? Mammal. Okay, this one will choose the pet, or will give you anyway more affinity toward that pet. But the others, in theory, could be characteristic that we add on top. So claws, magic, for example, magic. You can have a magic attack, yes or no. So it could be an additional attack that the pet has. You know what is the problem of what I'm saying? The problem of what I'm saying is the level up, because then this little guy will level up in his life, right, a number of times, and maybe we decide that, for example, at a certain rank, you know, he can actually cast a magic spell, right? The problem is that if we block, yes, you have a guy running around the screen, yes. If you speak in the chat, it appears. And you can configure it as well if you want. If you type !! extension, you can configure your guy. So I was saying that if you arrive at, if we arrive at a certain level and we decided, I don't know, at rank 3 your pet can take a magic spell, then if we blocked it from the beginning, it may get very hard to reconcile, you know, to reconcile between the two. But I like the idea of using this affinity for something more than just choosing the animal. I think would be very, very nice. But it's also the other, I mean, there are two parts of this, you know, choosing it, because I think that some players really like to choose the pet, and basically here we are forcing a decision for him without telling him why, you know, say why my pet is like this, and maybe he doesn't like it. Maybe he doesn't like a pet that is living in darkness only, or a pet that casts magic, or a pet that has poison. So maybe he wants to choose it, right? And I don't know. There is the other side of the moon, right? So the fact that we are going for a system, we have a system that is choosing some stuff for you, and you may say, I don't like it, right? So I want to choose it myself. But the point is that is in line with your background, in theory. Now, I don't know how good we can be at doing that, but it's basically in line with the life choices that you made in the character creation. So if you selected dark life events, you will have kind of a darker pet. Okay, there is a bit of the idea behind it, but I don't know. For now, we can make it work like it was, but I think we need to revisit it, because anyway we have only 2 pets, or we at least at least 10 or so. Or again, my idea would be life cycle and type. Okay, my idea would be that maybe a middle ground is the following: life cycle and type are defining which guy you're gonna get, right? Life cycle and type are defining which guy you're gonna get, and I know they all look the same. I know it's a big issue. Now they look different. Yeah, maybe it is a better idea. So life cycle and type are defining the type of monster, and then after you choose this, attack tool and attack type, which are the other 2, are like customizations, you know, on top of the creature. The only issue that I continue to have is that if we make this very advanced, the player didn't choose this, and if the player didn't choose this, it's kind of annoying. If we make it too good, I mean, if the system becomes too good, the player will say, fuck, why I got this pet and I have to keep it, forever, you know? The server crashed. Maybe. Yeah, unfortunately I was not logging, so I cannot check why. But try to do it again. And I can check it. So the attack type and the attack tool may customize your guy. So if we said that this is the guy, right? Then this guy gets upgraded thanks to this. So maybe the attack tool has a stronger tail, like we said. The attack type, I don't know, is spitting poison, or he has a magical attack. It is the magical attack. Right? And what? And then this guy, level up, right? Para-pa-pa-para-pa-pam. So and then this guy level up, and when he level up, what do we do? Well, for sure, when he level up, he gets new commands, right? So that's what happens already today. You get a new command, like, I don't know, he can attack, he can walk, he can follow, he can whatever, right? Maybe he can get a magic spell. So maybe we can get something in addition to what he got here. But I'm thinking it could have been you attacking the trap, or yeah, maybe. I don't know. If you try to do it again, I because I didn't have the thing running, so I couldn't see. I don't know. We need to think about this, but I don't know if I want to change it now. But I think we may, you know, decide to change it a bit. when I will work with next level of pets. So at the moment, the level 1 of pets is to just have what is working today in the old game to have it working in the new game, right? So that's the mission number 1. But then we may decide to do some changes and improvements. Yeah, some additional animation for sure. Like some towns or some animations. But also additional commands, you know. I think you can teach him something. He crashed again. Nah. No, he didn't crash. He crashed? Yes, he crashed. He crashed, but this time I can see it. I can see it. Holy shit. Yeah, he's in the quest assignment again. Ah! He's in the quest assignment. It's the same thing, but in another column. Really? Last response NPC ID. Is the one that I left... Wait. Is the one that I... Character Quest Manager. PS Character Quest Manager. PS Character. Come on, what is it? PS Character Quest Manager is here. So I fixed the bug on last response, and now is complaining about last response NPC ID. Last response from NPC. Last response from NPC. And the error is the same of the previous one. It's saying value out of range. So there must be a value which is unsigned and we put it signed, or vice versa. Is the problem. It's exactly like the other one. Because last response NPC ID is actually unsigned in the database. I mean, why? But okay. It's actually unsigned. The problem is that, boys... if he's unsigned in the database, but he's coming out as signed from the code, then that's not very easy. I mean, it's a PID, so in theory must be positive. Because it's a PID. A PID, I think, can only be positive. But I'm a bit surprised though that... Let me do this, and let me do one other thing. It is PS Character Quest Manager, right? Let me see. No. Let me see the log. And let me compare with the previous. Yes, was actually LD. I'm a bit scared about this change because this may affect a lot of stuff, unfortunately, but I think it was just the previous sequel which was less restrictive on this kind of errors, and so actually it was digesting the change anyway. So okay, so the safest is to do the following: to put actually a percentage L, a percentage LD here, and a percentage LD here, so that we are exactly at the same so we are working in the same way. And to add okay, attempt to fix crash on quest assignment. The weird thing is that I did the test and it was actually working, so I'm wondering why now it's not. I think we should do this. Oh my god. I need to put a post-it on my monitor with this password. Okay. Then we rebuild it. Let's try like this. So we print out the value and we see if it's actually negative, and then we force it anyway to positive. The only problem is that I think if it's negative, we force it to positive, it will become like super big, and I don't know if that's a great idea. Okay. I will restart it again, I will restart it because we need to take the new code. Okay, try to do the same Venalan again. So to give him the same thing, and we will see if he's still crashing. Okay. If he's maybe he doesn't crash anymore. Maybe. And I will see anyway the value that we get, and I think the difference is that the MySQL 8, which is the one that we upgraded, is a bit more strict on few things. And if the values are not matching, it's not just converting them, it's just giving an error in SQL. And that error in SQL is popping up and stopping everything from working. While before, with the previous SQL, it was not doing that. So that's why we get this problem. Okay, meanwhile, while we are working on the pets, we will see if we can get this thing to work properly. The server is loading at the moment, so it will take parsing quest, so it's still a bit behind. He has to load all the NPC and all the items, so take a few minutes. Melare. Our friend Melare. I don't know why when I look to the right like this, my neck goes up so much. Until here is kind of okay, and then if I go more to the right than this, it goes up. I don't know if it's the same to the right, to the left. I don't know because I cannot see myself. It probably is. Okay. Give me a quest. Oh no, give me a familiar. Boom. Okay, give me the familiar. Let's see if we can go further now. So all this part we tested already, and so this part is fine. So we get, at the end of this cycle, we get... I think we can move the breakpoint, by the way, because this thing we tested already. So we can go down here. And now we should have inside character attribute 4 values, right? 1 life cycle, 1 type, 1 attack tool, and 1 attack type. Okay. Then, for each entry in familiar types, yes, which is the 2 guys, right? Yes, exactly. We are trying to get the values. I don't know why we are getting this FT2 here. Because we are calculating the rank. Okay, perfect, perfect. So we are extracting all the 4 values. And this seems to be, let me check, 2, 0, 0 and 4. 2, 0, 0 and 4 compared to the attack tool. Yes, 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 compared to the attack tool of this particular animal, right? So for example, close is 0. Close is 0 because in our definition I don't have close anywhere, right? Well, for example, I have tail and I have slashing. So so I think they are pretty much okay. The one that I got as a 4, yes, because it's slashing, the attack type is slashing, and so I got a 4. And as a as a type, which is a mammal, I got 2 because yes, mammal is 2. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. So this is going then to calculate the familiar affinity, right? Familiar affinity. Let's see how this is calculated. Familiar affinity is actually using a math script. Is actually using a math script. Oh my god. Okay. But What, do we have this mat script somewhere? Quest me list. Why you use quest me list? You just don't open the. But okay, just open the window with a quest. I think I never tested that. But it is not. Are you sure it crashed? I think it crashed your client, maybe. It may have crashed your client. Yeah, because the text that was sent to you was too big. I think. You requested a list that was too long. And, I mean, it should never happen, but somehow it happened. Yes, you got, yeah, because I think that you received, you tried to get a value that was too big compared to your, compared to the server capabilities or whatever. So we need to split that message up if we want to send such a big list. Okay, I was just searching if we have, I was just searching if we have a mat script for familiar affinity. I think we should. There it is. Calculate familiar affinity. The problem is that this one. It's very simple. Is doing 1 plus plus plus. Okay, simple as that. Let me just check if it's the same in the dummy database. But this is the dummy database. Yes. Let me see if it's different in production, but I don't think so. I think it should be as simple as that. I think we just did it with a mat script to, yeah, it's identical. To provide, you know, potential changes in the future, but okay. So this one is just going to sum up all the values. So if it works properly, I should have a 6 as a result. Yes, in fact, I have a 6. So that's nice. Then he's checking if the rank is greater than the current rank. And if it is, he's setting the current rank to 6. And he's setting the current pet to be the Groffel. Okay, perfect. So I think this thing is working. This thing is working, boys. This thing is working. So he's doing the same with the other guy. And here the sum is 8. Okay. So in this case, he's setting the winner to the other guy, which is actually the Yule bar. Okay. Then he's removing, okay, this thing because we don't need it. And if there is an FT, is returning the ID of the FT. Okay, which is 11. Okay, nice. I don't know why he's not returning the wall thing since he loaded it, but he's just returning the ID. Okay, so we have, so yes, the selection works as expected, which is nice. Now, now it's changing the familiar name. Okay. He's calling it Melares something. And then is adjusting the position of the familiar from the owner position. Because he's trying to spawn it already. Okay. So he's trying to spawn. Sector equal to null is not a good idea. We need to have sector equal to the sector of the, but okay, I will do that. Then we need to change. Then is randomizing the distance. This is actually meters, so we will have to bump up this two to 300 and 150, but okay, we can do it later just to avoid stopping. Then what is doing? Copy NPC from database. Okay, this one has never been tested in Unreal. I don't even know if it does something. But we can try. Copy NPC from database. So it's loading the character data corresponding to yeah, but load character data, no, because this one I think but we are spawning here, eh? So yes, maybe yes. Now I don't understand exactly how this works because it's trying to select why? I mean, PID is 11, but PID is 11, but I don't think we have in the database. Hello, Hydra. How are you? Nice to see you. I don't think we have in the database a character 11. Or maybe we do. Let me check. Ah, yes, we have it. So we need to have in the database the sample. Okay. I don't think we have it in the dummy database though, so we need to copy those two values there, or it will not work. Or it will not work because in our database, let me check, but in the test one, I don't think we have any pet or familiar defined. Yes, actually there were the three. There were the three there were before. Right? There were the three there were before. Or the four there were before. But I think we need to remove this and switch them with our ones, otherwise it will be complex. So how do I know? Good question. I need to check the previous database. There is no way. I need to check the previous database and search for this name, for example. I don't know if they have characteristic and traits and everything. That's possible. What? No, there is something. No, wait. There is something not. Let me do this. Familiar type, right? What? What do you mean you cannot find familiar types? Familiar types, yes. So here we have like a Bungie, a Perial, whatever, and a Bloom, right? So, but if these ones do not exist in the database, it will never work, right? So I don't see them. Ah, yes, they are here. Well, they are slightly different though. They are named familiar though. They are named, you see, familiar. I think anyway they are getting another name, so we could call them like this. A pet sample, yes. A pet sample, so... Okay. So I think that we can do this. We can delete these 3 lines. This operation is a bit painful, but I think it's better if we do it. We delete these 3 lines, and we add instead the default ones that we have in production, right? Which are 11 and 10. Right? So these 2 lines. Okay. I need to have 11 and 10 available. Incredibly enough, they are. So everything is coming the right way. So I will insert those 2 values. Right? What? Unknown column 0x in field list. What is 0x? Is this too long or what? Unknown column 0x. What do you mean by 0x? Where do you see the 0x here? Ah, there is a 0x. What is this thing? 0x? I don't know what is going on, but there are some weird values for sure. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before the description. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's the spawn rule. No, it's the progression script. Which is an X. Why is seen as an X here? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, it's empty. So we can just put it as empty. Boys, we're gonna do this, huh? Don't worry, we're gonna do this. It's gonna work, I tell you. Ah, okay. So we inserted those 2 lines. Now, I don't know if those paths were having also stats and a bunch of other stuff. Hopefully not, but in theory, they could have it. So like value 50. So if I go like to character skills, and I check the character skills where character ID is equal to 50. No, luckily not. Character traits, what they can have. The most important part is skills anyway. Okay, so now we have the 2 types, and he will be able in theory to copy that data. So he will select this select now will result in something valid. Okay. And we should go through this now, and then we should be able to spawn the actor. And then we're gonna load all this stuff. Yes, we don't have the logs yet. Okay. Okay, so I think that this is a bit better. We still need to do a few things. We need to do a few things. We need to increase this to meters instead of centimeters, just because Unreal Engine is working differently. So this will be multiplied by 300 and then minus 1.5. I don't understand exactly why, but I think it's because he wants to center it on the character location. That is kind of risky because you can spawn it inside a rock, but in theory, okay. Yeah, it will be better to select. We will better to select an empty position, but. And the other thing is here, I think we need to do owner get sector. I think will be much better. And then here we should pass in the sector. And the rest should be fine. Okay, let's try like this. You see, I'm working on pet affinity, but still don't understand clearly what it means. Basically, it means that based on the choices that you do in the character creation, your character gets a certain affinity with a pet, with a type of pet. And so when you are creating the pet the first time, the engine will pick up the pet that is more similar to you. So that is what is the pet affinity. He wants the name? Okay. Don't ask me why. He gets the full sector and then he passes in only the name, but it's okay. Okay, so now we did another piece, and we are gonna test if this thing is actually working. The only problem is that all of this is actually creating the pet. Is actually creating the pet next to you. In theory, in the old game, does the pet appear immediately when you get the quest? Or do you have to summon it? Because from the code, it looks like it's created immediately. But I'm not 100% sure. Create NPC. Yeah, that is assigned through a script, I know, but the question is if he appears or not when you finish the quest. He appears immediately. Okay, yes, because okay, good, thank you. Because this is what I see from the code. I don't know why here is doing it again. Probably because yeah, exactly. We're just keeping it, so. And the problem is that he's trying to do. Yeah, but he's basically doing nothing. This line is doing nothing. Copy NPC from database. So copy NPC from database. The problem is that if he's not returning the NPC, I can do very little with it. No, that is broken. This is broken. Okay, to fix it, we need this function. We need this function to return not the familiar ID, but to return the real NPC. Right? And then we need to skip this one. Wait. So this one we don't need anymore, but we need this function. We need this function to return the actual NPC. This thing becomes completely useless. This thing becomes completely useless. And this piece should be fine. I don't understand what is this doing. Okay. Is this missing it immediately? So like he appears, but then is this missed immediately? Ah no, is this missing the active summoned pet? Like if you have another one? Only when the player needs to summon it? Yeah, but when you get the quest, you said it appears immediately upon triggering the script, right? Because here it seems that he is creating the stuff and then is dismissing it immediately. I don't know, he's doing some weird stuff. I think it's dismissing it if there is another one. Because you see that it's setting the familiar after. So... yeah, so he's trying to dismiss... I mean, it's written here anyway. He's trying to dismiss another pet in case you have it. Yes, yeah, is dismissing anything that the player is active, I think, yes. Sorry, but where do you get other pets then, is my question. Where do you get, apart from Levrus, where do you get other pets in the game? The mounts, huh? So in theory you can arrive there with a mount, and so is dismissing the mount, yeah, maybe. Okay. Let me just check one thing in the old code, because I want to understand. Add entity to super client, control NPC, and update proxy list. All of this I need to understand if we need this or not. I have no idea. We will see if we need this piece, okay? But now we need to change. For now, familiars cannot be attacked as they are defenseless. So they are set to always impervious. So you cannot attack a pet, huh? On the long chain quest, okay. But I never understand how the choice of the social pet has been, the growth or the other. It's based on the characteristic that I show you before. So it's based on the character creation. When you create your character, you make certain choices, and those choices are influencing influencing which pet you will get. Understand? So I think that this one can return directly an APS character instead of a PID, which I think is better. Because anyway we are creating it. So we are creating it here. And I don't know why we didn't want to I don't know. New NPC character data. Oh, here we are loading it again. Here we are loading it again. It should be fine. The problem is this function. New NPC character data. What is this thing doing? It's saving to database. What do you mean we have no sector? No, wait. Wait. There is another half done thing in here. Wait. Wait a second, wait a second. So many lines of code for such a small choice. Yeah. But it may be important in the future. But now I'm not working anymore on the Affinity, since quite some time. Here we are in the creation of the pet. So it's no more on the Affinity since at least 1 hour. New character. So here we are doing. Here it is. Okay. So 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 we do get sector here, and we do. I think we can do get instance. Why not? Anyway, this one is returning maybe a default value, but at least we call the right function, right? Which is better. And here we need to return the sector UID and the instance. Okay, because I did this porting, you know, I did this porting before before I implemented the sectors, so that's why now it does a generic insert with DB. We will see if this works. I have no idea. We will see what happens. We will see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay. I think we can recompile. Because from this down, I think it should be okay. Yeah, let's try. Let's try. Boys. When I joined the stream, there was a Dream League. The Dota Dream League just finished by a few minutes. There was Secret versus OG. I don't know if you are following Dota, but it's a nice game. It's recompiling. Recompile. These are the standing, if you want to know, but maybe you don't care. It's the same. So they finished all the weeks. They finished all the games. The last one was this one, OG versus Secret, today. And now the standing is, yeah, Team Secret completely dominating, 7-0, boys. And Alliance 5-2 and Nigma 4-3. So Nigma just did it. Wow, OG is having hard times. He's having hard times. Still recompiling. No, I finished. No, I failed. Why failed? Because we have other functions which are calling that one, but So I have to do this. Um, um, yeah, I don't know. PID, because, okay, it's fine. It's too long for me to explain it, so just believe me. Just trust me. I think this way may work. But there seems to be another place. Ooh, create hired NPC. Wow. Create hired NPC, boys. Did you ever see an hired NPC in our game? No. The reason is that it was something that we started to implement, but then we never finished. But in theory you could hire, or we wanted you to be able to hire an NPC. We wanted... We wanted... Okay. Yeah. These were some fixes I did, but okay. Okay, let's see if it compiles now. I mean, I cannot fix everything today, so I'm just trying to fix it up to the point that the NPC, I mean the pet, is gonna spawn. Right? Hopefully. There is another one. Holy fuck. Clone NPC. How many functions we have to duplicate and clone? We have so many. We have so many, boys. Why we have so many? Functions that do exactly the same. Why? I think I basically touched every single line of code. Right? I mean, yes, we reused a lot. But at the same time... I mean, I basically had to retouch every single line. Template removed, check. This one, I prefer to comment it this way, otherwise it looks like it was commented already in the old code, but it was not, so... So, okay. Yes. Yes, boys. I feel we are making progress. At least he compiled. By the way, Venalan, did you reproduce the... Did you try to give the call to Arnquest again? And did it... I mean, did that work or not? Param pam, param pam. Okay, so we are gonna relaunch it now. Relaunch it. And see. What time is it? It is working now. Yes! Another bug down. Easy, you see? From user to developer. And from the developer to the bug fixing back to the user in what? 10 minutes? Wow. Look at that high quality premium service that we are providing here. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Okay. So the server is up. We try to re-get another familiar. Now I think that there is a chance that the familiar will actually spawn. Do we have both the Yulbar and the Groffel loaded or not? Yes, the Groffel is here and the Yulbar is here, eh? So we have both of them. Okay, so whatever we choose, in theory, should appear. There is a chance that Melare will actually have a pet. Let me just see if he already has a pet, though. Someone is writing me on. If you write me on Discord, I'm in streamer mode, and so it doesn't ping me. So it's easier if you type in the stream chat. Somebody can work out. Okay. Yes, I will, Benalan. Okay. Can't now, but I will. Can't now, but I will. Okay. So how many Ring of Familiar I have now? I think I have more Ring of Familiars than anyone in the server, eh? Or not? It didn't give it to me? Yeah, I have 3. But anyway, it's continuously giving me 1. It's okay. This is not breaking anything anyway, because it's not checking if you have it already. So it's just giving you another 1. Which in theory should not happen. But let me see if we got already the familiar entry, because the familiar entry we don't want in the database, right? Okay, it's not there. Okay, nice. So do you want me to just try to run it and see what happens, or do you want to debug it line by line? I think I will just let it run and see what happens. Give me a familiar. Go. Explode if you need to explode. What happened? Failed to create familiar. Okay. I mean, he tried, but it didn't do it. He's saying that character PID 11 has no character entry. Strange though. Could not copy the master ID. Okay, but he went pretty far anyway. Eh? He went pretty far. It seems that this NPC is null for whatever reason. So we need to understand why. PID 11 has no character entry. Really? So we arrived here. So we crashed here basically. I mean, why? Maybe it's not the right race. Ah, wait. There may be an issue. There may be an issue in our database because now that I changed that stuff. Yes, I added those two guys, but I didn't add the race info. Right? Yes, exactly. So he cannot do it because he's missing some data. But it's okay. That we can fix. So we need a Groffel and a Yule bar. So we need 33 and 34. Advanced copy sequel, yes. Advanced copy sequel. Ah! Why we don't have the same list than in production? Fuck. This is not a good idea, boys, huh? This is not a good idea. If we have different lists, this is going to mess up so much. The list is not the same. Up to Diablo is the same. Lemur, Kleros, Rogue, Clacker. We arrive up to the Clacker, it seems to be the same. And then after Clacker, for some reason we have a Rat 25. Okay, which is fine. Then we have Grendel, Gobble, Consumer, Trapper, Ubernaut, Tefusang. Here is different. After Tefusang is somehow different. Tefusang, Karkaras. Tefusang. No, boys. Why? No. It's not a good idea. We're going to fuck up everything. No, we need to change this stuff. So the Drifter... Wait. So I need another row here. There's no way. I need another row. I need 2 rows, actually. No, it is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. Why I selected this? 32 and 33. I'm gonna delete them and fuck it. Yes, I'm gonna delete them. You know what? I mean, the lover, the lover is okay, but it needs to be changed. We can keep the lover if you want, right? We can keep it, but it must be... The lover must be 97. Fuck. 97. And the Drifter must be... Because if the numbers are not corresponding... 83. If the numbers are not corresponding, it's a mess. Okay. So now we are gonna insert these two, which are 33 and 34. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And so we have them in the race info. Now, unfortunately, race info is not enough because there is also race spawns. But maybe race spawns I already copied the whole thing. Maybe. 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 No. Fuck. I think I will just copy the same table, otherwise... Well, the difference is that here I have it because I understand. I understand why I did this. Yes. Yes, but... It's actually the same. It's actually the same, boys. I'm gonna take... Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this and put it... And put it here. Instead of this. And everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Wait. Cannot do it this way. What is this thing at the bottom? Nothing. Okay. We did it. Okay. No, why they are all duplicates? What the fuck? What? No, come on. Please. Okay. Okay. Now we have also the race spawn is the right data, so with all the races, so it's a bit cleaner. Okay, let me restart the server. I think that we... I mean, my server here. I think that we may... I mean, it should work now. Or anyway, it should go a bit further than that. I need to restart because I need to reload the races, because actually here is checking, as you can see, it's checking also the race info. So if we don't have the right race info, it will never find the entry. He's checking that, and then he's checking what is checking? He's checking characters, but characters we reloaded it. We added the thingy. Oh fuck, we didn't? We didn't? Okay. I thought we did. We didn't? Okay. Yes, we did. We did the insert of 10 and 11. What do you mean? No? I mean, we did the query. We did the query here. I remember it. The one that was having the 0x. What the fuck? The one that was having the 0x. You remember that? We did it. Why? Why didn't it didn't save it somehow? I don't know. The table was open or something. Updated rows too. What do you mean updated rows? You mean insert, not update. Guys, I'm becoming crazy, or what is it? I'm inserting into plane shift characters, which is this freaking table, okay? 2 rows, one with ID 11. Why is not here? I don't understand. Ah, fuck. I'm stupid. Because the ID is... the row was 11, but the ID is 33 and 34. So actually... ID equal to 33. But still it's not here anyway. Pain is not inserting the ID. No, this is a super bad idea. No, seriously? No. 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 Why is not inserting the ID? Good night, Tony. Hello, Zway. He's not inserting the ID, boys, so they will be somewhere here, but... Here it is. Groffel, Yulbar. GG. No. Wait. We have a probleminos. We need to delete this. Wait. It's very bad. He's not copying the ID, which is super stupid. He's not copying the ID. I don't understand why. So now I put it manually. Okay, so now the ID goes in, but fuck. But the ID is not that one. But the ID is 10 and 11. We said, 10 and 11. Groffel 10. They also need to be the right thingies. Otherwise, 10 Groffel. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I did a bit of a mess, but the reason is that when you copy the query for certain tables, it does the thing, but for other tables it doesn't. So hello, Nideri. Hello. You're wondering if PSNRE will work on a low spec? It has to be tested a bit on low spec because but yes, we have a lot of players that have all the machines, and so potentially Yes, but we need to test it. We don't have a minimum requirements yet, so I don't know. I don't know if it will. But hopefully yes. But I mean, our graphics are pretty outdated, so I mean, we are not really using a lot of memory, and also our textures. The problem is when we will upgrade it. I think that now it will work also on very old machines, but well, very old. Let's say old. But when we upgrade it, which will happen, then no, it will require quite some resources. And development on Linux. Let's say that for the old game, yes. For the new game, with Unreal, is not too much of a pain. Is not. It's not a big pain. I mean, it's pretty much the same developing for Linux, Mac, and Windows. Let's say 90%, but there is kind of a 10% that is still different. And the main differences are coming from the compilers, because the compilers are slightly different between the three platforms. And so sometimes you have some errors coming from one compiler and not from the other in compilation, at compilation time. And sometimes also at runtime, it happens that you get some memory errors or some stuff that you get only on Linux. But it's kind of rare. I mean, it happens, but it's kind of rare. Let's say that the most pain is to maintain the three platforms. So, meaning to generate the clients, to generate the updates, to ship them, to test them, to, you know. So that's some work. In fact, I'm trying to do as little as I can. So we release only when we have a significant update. But now, so just to give you an idea of what it means, I have this file, which is called updated instructions, which is basically the list of building. By the way, I should put 078 here. The list of 20th of February. The list of all the steps that I need to do. February. List of all the steps I need to do to create the three packages, right? And as you can see, there is still a lot of manual steps, and there is for Windows is all of this, there is for Linux is all of this, and with the launcher and stuff, this is for Mac. So if I have to, you know, PS launcher on Mac, so it's quite some stuff. It's quite some stuff. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to speak with this guy, and first of all get another ring, because we really like the rings, but also maybe get a pet. Can you give me a familiar, please? Okay, I will let it go and see what happens. Boom. Okay, we crashed. We crashed, but he went quite forward, eh? He went quite forward. Let me see. So the creation of the NPC, he did. So this time he didn't complain anymore about it. Then set familiar and set familiar ID. Set familiar and set because I deleted it. Okay. Wait a second. Master familiar ID. Yes, that is because we didn't. Entity manager create familiar. Yeah. Entity manager create familiar. Yes. Because this familiar ID was set somehow. Here it is. So I need to change it, and okay, fine. I need to change this one. And we get it from the pet, right? Familiar ID is taking what? It's taking a PID. So we can do pet get PID. And that's it. Unfortunately we crashed, so we need to restart it, but I think that change will do it. At least it will go a bit more forward. No problem, Nideri. I think it was much more of a pain in the past when we were working with the previous game. So we reached the point where, like on Mac, was so hard to do anything. One, because we were not really expert of Apple, but on the other side also because Apple was changing their development tools often. And since we had a very long product cycle, because we are around since many years, maybe 1 or 2 years later we wanted to recompile, and while on Windows and Linux was kind of okay, on Mac maybe the half of the tool chain was changed, and it was such a pain. I remember, I mean, it was not me directly, but it was another developer that was working on it, and he was telling me that it was such a pain. I mean, the libraries were not matching anymore, and obviously we didn't have, like now, Unreal. So we had an engine that was pretty much homemade, which was called Crystal Space, and it was made by another group of people, but was anyway kind of homemade, open source and such. So, maintaining such an engine on different platforms with a custom-made 3D engine was kind of hard. But we're completely different times, right? At that time there was no alternative, so you could only do it that way. Now you have Unity, you have Unreal, you have Godot, you have whatever. You have so many engines that are solid enough, and you can rely on them, at least for the operating system stuff. So Epic Game is doing that job that we were doing before, right? So yeah. And the other problem, I think, it was, and it still is today, to having the proper environment, because to actually compile on the 3 environments, you need 3 machines minimum 3 machines. So I have them, but some of them are not too good. For example, on the Mac, I only have a Mac Mini, which is a bit old, and it's kind of slow. Okay, let's try again. Let me just be sure that we didn't get an entry in the database for my pet, so that we are sure that we are not. Okay, for now there is no pet, so we didn't save it yet. So we managed to spawn it, but we didn't save it. Boom, let it go. Go. What the fuck? Again, in the same place? I set it. What do you mean? Ah, because the pet is null. What do you mean the pet is null? Ah, stupid me. Sorry. I was speaking probably, I don't know, it's not pet, it's NPC. Because pet is the other guy. So I said something that is not settable. Yeah. I switched. I don't know why I used pet. I should have used NPC. That's fine. It's fine. Nothing bad happened. And we can recompile pretty quick. So yes, one of the issues is having all the environments. And having all the environments is a bit of a pain. And also installing the environment, because it's not just that you need to have a Mac, but you also need to install Unreal Engine on it, and all the development tools, and all the third-party libraries, and MySQL, and whatever. And you know, well, actually MySQL no, because we don't need it on to generate the client. But you know what I mean. All the different third-party, and then you need kind of to maintain it. Then sometimes, mainly the Mac, sometimes it's kind of funny because it says, oh, there is an update, do you want to do it? And you never know exactly what it's gonna do. And sometimes it's updating the operating system. I mean, the full operating, like moving from Windows 8 to Windows 10, right? So it's moving from I don't know, Mojave to Big Sur or whatever. So from Catalina to Mojave, and it's just doing it like this, you know, without telling you much, saying, there is a small update. Well, it doesn't say small, but it says, there is an update. Do you want to apply it? And you say, okay, let's try. And then after you click on yes, nothing of your development environment is working again. So I'm basically trying to click on no all the time, but sometimes it's doing updates during the night. One day I wake up and I found the thing that was updated by itself. I don't know, maybe because there is a maximum time, right? There's a kind of a deadline after which he updates anyway, you know, because it's going like out of support, like in end of life of the product. I don't know, but it happened to me that he updated even if I didn't want to. And I said, don't do it. And he updated anyway. Hello, George. Hey, George. How are you? And thank you for your continued support on Patreon. That's very appreciated. It doesn't go unseen. But yes, we have very different time zones. So so yeah, it's hard for you to catch me and for me to catch you. But we are doing good. We fixed a lot of bugs. And did you try the new 078? And we fixed a lot of bugs, and we still have a few on the server side which are making it crash, but we are now testing better Quest. But personally at the moment I'm working on, while people are testing the new release, I'm working on pets, so familiars, pets, that kind of stuff. Okay. But this time at least is the same place, but this time we have the familiar. We have the right familiar. The problem is that I think that pets is... What does it mean, pets 0? Now, pet 0 will never work. Pets 0 will never work. Okay, I see the problem. So now the familiar is correct, but this syntax is not gonna work for us. I think we just need to do pets add, but I'm trying to understand. Set familiar. Why 0? why we are coded as 0 there? You haven't tried yet? Too much work? Okay, maybe you can try a release that is actually working well, so maybe it's a better idea that you wait, you know? So when we have the game in a state which is actually working, even if now, I mean, you can do a bit of, but it's not really fully functional yet, but we are not far, eh? We are not far. We are not too far. Too much work? Your Intel GPU? No, please, buy. Are you on a laptop or you are on a desktop? I guess you are on a laptop then, huh? Yeah, we are doing pets 0. We are doing pets 0. And this is so weird. I mean, pets 0, why? I mean, pets add. Why pets 0? I don't understand. And we do pets 0 as well here. So we assume somehow that there is at least one element. But in this case, we don't have it. And so it's failing. I don't know how we can assume that we have one, considering that this is the first one that we set, unless maybe set familiar is doing something. I know it's this one. So there is nothing before that is initializing, right? So I don't understand how it may assume that there is already a familiar somehow. But okay, we're gonna fix it. So the point is, I mean, I can go pets 0. I really don't understand this pet 0 though. I want to understand it a bit because I want to understand how he may think that it is not empty. You see this one? Okay. Pet 0 is a special case for player familiar. It's good that I investigated a bit more. So basically we are creating an empty element at the beginning. So I think we should create it inside our PS character now. I think we should do it only if he's a player, but I think it's okay to do it also if he's not a player. So basically we are reserving the slot 0 as the main familiar. We are on a laptop, yeah. Yeah, you were dreaming about an AMD metal with latest, yeah. With a nice Ryzen 9 and everything. Yeah. Also, I see that there is a big shortage of hardware these days because due to the COVID and the fact that many companies stopped working for a long time, there are fewer and fewer fewer and fewer pieces that you can buy on the market, so there is a bit of a problem with that. And so if you want to buy like a new video card, like a mid-range, is super hard to find. I mean, it's basically impossible to find, and because there is a lot of people, there is a lot of demand but not a lot of supply, and so the only way is to buy very pricey cards, or just wait, right? Or just wait, but that the situation goes back. It's a bit like the PS5, you know, when you see Japanese people fighting for it, considering how Japanese usually are. You understand there is something not working. There is a real problem. If you read about Japanese fighting for a PS5 in a shop, right? So we reserve Pet Zero as special case for the player familiar. Okay, so this is what it's doing. This is why it doesn't crash in the old game and why it was crashing now. So we can. I hope changing PS character is not, well, yeah, probably we are breaking a bit the compatibility with the current release, but. So I have a friend that wanted to buy the new RTX 3 series, and he was looking at the 360, I think, or 370. So kind of the mid-range of the high-end, but they were impossible to find. Impossible. The only ones that were available were the 390. Which are at the moment like $2,000 and something dollars. So, but it's just an inflation due to the fact that there is a low supply of video cards. I think this song is the first time that I hear it. Larry 5. Larry 5. When some of you were not yet born. No, maybe Larry 5 you were, but Larry 1 maybe not. Well, for sure not. Well, very high chance. Okay. Yeah, today I can go a bit more because I managed to recover some sleep yesterday, so I think okay, let's log in and let's see. When I look to the right, my character goes like now I'm just looking to the right. I'm looking to the right, but you see how up goes my head? I don't know. If I go up in the middle is okay. And now I'm looking up. Now I'm looking up. Now I'm looking down. But if I go too much to the right, it's doing that. And only to the right, because if I go to the left, I don't know, I need to move this window. Wait a second. If I want to see, when I look to the left, I need to move this one. Yeah, you see that on the left is more reasonable. On the left is not going crazy. Well, a bit. Yeah, a bit. But on the right is insane. Look, boom. And I have my second monitor on the right, so I'm looking there often. Dun, 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 dun. So this series about pets will last a bit. I don't know how much, but depending how broken is the code, but it will last a bit. Even if the weekend is coming, so in the weekend I can usually do a lot of work on plane shift, so I mean the speed in the weekend is insane. Okay, let me check if we have any data in the database in case we remove it. Ah, yes. You see that the familiar was actually created. So we will delete it. Ah, fuck. So it means that probably he loaded it already. No, we need to delete it. And it is 171. We can check if under character relationships 171 there is a new entry. No, for now, no. I don't know if he's here, but I think he should be here, right? I think so. I don't think there is another table for familiars. So if I don't see it here, in theory... Okay. Okay, let me try to speak with the guy. Hello, can you give me a familiar, please? Okay, let's go. Fuck, another error. Error character Yulbar PID 11 as... Oh my god, and the server crashed. No, the client crashed. What happened? I shut down because the query was wrong. Okay, so we had a we had a few issues, but we are going forward. We are not going backward. That's the important part. Okay, we are going forward. So what happened is that for some reason he created a new character. But he has this unresolvable sector 38. What does it mean? As unresolvable sector? I mean, why 38 if my location is... because my location is not covered by... And then why you care about it in any case? PS character load. Character as unresolvable sector ID. So he actually wrote to the database the familiar, which is this one, Melare familiar. I don't know if you can see it, but I think you can. The problem is race and gender 34, which is correct. Character type 2, which is correct. And location... No money. Location, he selected the proper location. No, but sector is 3. Why is saying 38? Sector is 3. What do you mean by 38? 38. What the fuck? What? By the way, this is an int. I don't know why we are printing it out as LU. What the fuck is LU? Long. It's like a long unsigned. Long unsigned. Why we are printing it as a long unsigned? Why? But anyway, apart from that, it seems that he's not getting... Okay, so we don't have a sector 3 defined in the database. In the dummy database, maybe. I mean, it may be weird, but it may be the answer. No, we have a sector 3. We have a sector 3 in the database. So why you don't like this? I think it got like a weird number for some reason. Get sector info by ID. Unsigned int. Let's continue to use unsigned ints just to mess up with our lives. But anyway. Okay, we need to debug this and see why. why this happens. I have no idea. We need to redo it and check and stop at that line and see why. And see why this thing is failing. It's failing on the sector, which is not something that we really care, but since we are here, I think is... look at this. Removed. We don't want a critical failure if sector is not defined. And it will fail anyway, because the ID, then it will fail after, so... yes, but... wait. Confused now. So he gave this error, and then he gave we have another error after this because we didn't escape the name. So in reality this one was not really a problem. Ba-bam. In reality, that thing was not really a problem. Uh-oh. What did I do? I misclicked, I know. I misclicked on something and now everything is frozen. Can I have my control back, please? No? We are fucked forever? Yeah, I misclicked, I know. But can you just become alive again? No, huh? Okay. Fine. Okay, Visual Studio, if you, instead of pressing Shift 11, I pressed Control 11, okay? And GG. And Visual Studio, GG. Doesn't exist anymore. Never press Control 11. Never do it. Fuck, I cannot even kill it. I cannot even kill it. Okay, I killed it now. I killed it now. I need to give feedback to... Let me take a picture of this, because you know that this program has a pretty active... I don't know, it does it only sometimes. But yeah, let me take a screenshot of that. Actually, it would be better to do it with my face as well, but there is actually a Discord channel for this. I lose the tracking completely, and wait, reload this meanwhile. And the head of the character bumps up very quickly. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So we're trying again. We are trying again. I hope this time it doesn't crash like before. I was just trying to check if the printout was okay, but so basically we didn't escape the name, right? And so it crashed in I think it crashed in the insert actually. It crashed in a save character. Yes. I think it crashed in... Wait, maybe we can fix it directly without trying again. I think if... In save... PS character... Come on. PS character save... is in PS character or is in entity manager? Maybe it's in entity manager. Okay, here we don't have anything. Nice, thank you. Okay, we did it. No, it's under... wait, it's under character data, I think. It's under character data. Which, where the hell is that? Yes, save character data. So I think that here we have a problem with the name. Because we are not escaping it. And the name is containing an apostrophe. I mean a quote, how you call it. So we need to escape the name. Otherwise it will not work. So I think we should escape... Wait, we're actually not escaping anything here. Ooh. Like when we save the DB escape, you see? Yeah, DB escape is this one. Yeah. So we need to DB escape the name, the last name, and the old last name, because in the name we may have, I don't know if it's allowed, but at least with the pet it happens that he may have a quote into the name, and so if that happens the database is gonna go crazy. I still don't know why we're having a sector ID 38. That is really weird. Okay, but it's a good fix anyway. I mean, we need this fix also for other stuff, so... Guys, you went very, very quiet, huh? Very quiet. Which is okay, yeah. Let me just check this. For example, sector info, right? We get a UID 3. But there was a case in which... Okay, but let's go. I mean, this is the one for all the other characters, so we don't really care. So we will let the server load all the other characters. And then when it's done, we will put back that. And we will delete... it's gone already. Okay. And we will launch the client again. Right. Okay. Two. In the other hand, it's already late. But you are not alone, thank you. I'm not alone. Yeah, it's late. We should go, huh? We should go. But I wanted to see at least the, you know? Never press Control 11, huh? Okay, fuck it. I don't know why we got a sector 38. I have no idea, but it's okay. Okay, so this guy. Can you give me my pet? I want a pet. I want a pet. Please. Could you give me? Could you give me? Didn't crash. Melare familiar. Melare familiar. Your position is a bit weird. Is in my ass. But anyway. Melare familiar. Melare familiar. Melare familiar. Melare familiar. We have it. It's spawned. It's spawned. Now, I don't know if he can think. Probably not. But it's spawned, boys. This is what we wanted. That is what we wanted. I can take a screenshot faking the position. No, I cannot, because there is this freaking beam here. He's flying. I cannot take a screenshot with this guy flying. It's not nice. I can slide him down. Do you think I can slide him? Maybe I can slide him down. Let me try. Slide. Target. Down 10. Slightly Melares, but didn't really do it. Okay, the reason is that my pet can fly. My pet can fly, okay? That's the reason. That's the reason why. Because my pet can fly. He has a special ability. And this special ability allows him to fly. Easy. Very, very easy. Explained. Is a flying familiar. This is the first pet ever generated in Unreal. There is the firstborn of 1,000,000. There is a firstborn of 1,000,000 pets that will be born in Unreal, and it is the first one. We created a new generation of pets. First ever pet generated in Unreal. Yay! I posted it. Okay, so nice. Okay, what can he do? I guess nothing at the moment. I think he's just staying there. He's an NPC though, eh? He's a real NPC. Now, I don't know if he has a brain, but I don't think so. I think the command pet is just not working at all. So if I do this miss... Is the server still up? Yeah, the server is still up, but pet dismiss didn't do anything. Pet didn't do anything. So no, it's not doing anything. But, you know, this is for another day. So at least we generated our pet, which is very nice and very cute. Look at those feet. Look at those feet. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's all for today. Does he have a texture in the spawns? Yeah, a bit. There's a bit of a texture. There's a bit of an old texture, but... And also he has the mouth that somehow is going through his chin, but... No one knows. Malare familiar. Hello. Hello. You have written Malare familiar on your face. Okay, boys. I think that's all for today. But it was good. We managed to generate a pet. So if we go back to our mission, I don't know. The mission was what? The mission was saying review how it works, and review how it works, we did it. So now we know how it works. So it is done. Try to create a familiar test database. We did it. It is done. So now we need to port. Next steps are to port all the commands and make this guy move. Right? So this is where we are, boys. Okay, I'm gonna go. Have fun and see you soon. Tomorrow I will be streaming, so we will see each other again. We will continue in the journey to have an intelligent pet in the game. See you, boys! Do we want to do a raid or not? The problem is that I'm raiding always the US people. And they are never raiding me back because I always stream when they are offline. Which is a pity. Because in theory we should exchange. We should exchange viewers, right? That's the idea. The idea is that we should exchange. And none of them is online. Okay, so it's no problem. Okay, guys, if you're new to the stream, please follow on Twitch. Click on follow on Twitch. Click on subscribe on YouTube. And also check our beautiful Patreon site, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where you can join the other 37 people which decided to support us and decided also, and were curious enough to see what was in these videos and also wanted to access the alpha, and so they became Patreons. If you want to become a Patreon, that would be nice. If not, don't worry, it's no problem. Because we will make the game anyway. See you, boys, next time. GG. GG.